Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 19 of Fantasy Film Fights, the show where we take a random film topic and we draft it fantasy style. My name is Peggy, and as always, with me to my left is my co-host Tony. Tony, how are we doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's been an interesting week, to say the least.
That's a fair assessment, I guess.
So I should say this up front. So please, obviously, all the stress of the world and everything like that. We try just having fun time for an hour or two. Please, if you can, go donate and do all stuff. Even it's not just for that; it's Pride Month as well. Just trying to do as much as you can if possible. But for now, let's have some fun and let's crack on and be stupid on the internet for an hour or two.
Yes, there are much more important things going on in the world right now, but if you need a little bit of a break, we got you for at least the next hour or two. Today, we are drafting movie nerds, your favorite, who you think is the best, and we have a fantastic panel with us. Over here to my left, returning Alan. Alan, how's everything down in Hawaii?
Aloha kako, everyone. It's going quite well right now. We're pretty blessed and fortunate, and I'm really happy to be here with this panel. Love everybody on here, so this should be fun.
Absolutely. Down here in the corner, the recent birthday boy, Nick Carley. Oh, yeah. Nick, how are we doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, birthday was on Monday. I won't lie, it was a very odd birthday, but I still had a good time. I had a bunch of people with a shower of support, so that felt really good, and I was really happy for that. So I'm happy to cap it off with this fun little thing we're doing today. So
all right. Well, happy belated birthday to you, my friend. Down below me, making his Fantasy Film Fights debut. He may be a rookie here, but he's definitely not a rookie in the fan leagues. That's for damn sure. Mr. Caleb Boatman, how are we today, my pal?
I'm very good. Very happy to finally get on this show. It feels like every time there's an episode I'm interested in, it just doesn't work out schedule-wise. So I'm glad to finally be on here. And I'm very excited because nerds is something I'm very passionate about because these are characters that represent me because I am the biggest nerd.
Well, we're glad to finally get you on the show. We had been trying for a while. But last but certainly not least, fresh off his victory in Sports Brawl, my man Amaru. How you doing today, pal?
A couple things before getting into that. 19 episodes? Yes.
Yay!
Lovely. Second, hey. I swear to you, after episode 1, I feel like no matter what, you and Tony conspire to have me and Alan on the same show every single time. Because you know we're going to steal a couple of each other's picks. Without that, we would have our own picks. But to answer the question, very honestly, I'm tired as shit. I am very tired, and I'm not even in the middle of a lot of this stuff, and I'm tired. So I just got off a walk, and I'm here now because this is my therapy. So I love y'all for presenting this, and just all you people out there. It helps out so much. So I'm glad and very happy to be here amongst my tiredness. I know I'm long-winded. I'm sorry. But lastly, if you haven't heard Run the Jewels 4, that album today is amazing. Off of One Listen. Run the Jewels 4. It's a rap.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, they dropped it early. So they dropped it early. So go listen to that because it's after one vibe listen, it's amazing already. I got to do a lyrics listen later. All right, I'm done with my ramble. Sorry.
No, totally cool. And I promise you, it's not a conscious effort to have you and Alan in the same episodes. I did not even realize it. You guys are just
I'm good with that every time, though. It's fine.
We're obsessed by alliteration.
Every time. We're brothers. It's love. It's all love every single time.
You're fantastic panelists. We ask you back
That's
a lot.
right.
What can I say? All right, so let's get down to it. Let's draft us some movie nerds. Tony, how are we going about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, just before we do that, we should probably explain what we're classing as nerd. So, a nerd. Peggy, you got the definition, right?
Oh, yeah. I looked it up on Google earlier. And 2, 1, a foolish or contemptible person who lacks social skills or is boringly studious. Or 2, a single-minded expert in a particular field. Is what it says.
So I like that second one.
That's a general gist. Please, people in the chat, if you want to cite people's comment things off, you're absolutely free to. But we're going to do it the rule as long as they have a valid argument for it, we're going to accept it.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I definitely have a couple people toting in line, so we'll see how it goes.
And according to Merriam-Webster, an unstylish, unattractive, or socially inept person, especially one savagely devoted to intellectual or academic pursuits.
I'll take that part.
That's actually my Tinder profile. But the way we set up the draft order is that I'm going to ask a question now, and everyone's going to take a guess at it. Whoever gets closest to the number that this answer is gets to choose draft order. And prefer Peggy third, like always.
Fine.
So the question is: we are going to the world of music. So Pharrell Williams is in a band called Nerd.
Nice.
How many thousands did their second album, Fly or Die, released in 2004, sell?
And how many albums did they sell?
How many albums did Nerd's Fly or Die sell into?
2004 Slide or Die.
Fly or Die.
Yeah.
I will tell you, it's above 4.
Okay.
That's good.
I dig the creativity of the last minute question you came up with.
I didn't just Google the word nerd and that was the first thing that came up. No. And while people think, guess, do you want to put a like on this video? That's always fun. Please do.
You know you like this show. That's why you keep coming back. We love you for it too.
All right. I think everyone's got an answer, so let me get my pen.
I don't know how much albums generally sell, so I might be lowballing it or highballing it.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the same. I was gonna say I'm in the same boat. Sorry. Okay.
Alan, what have you gone for?
Never heard that one before.
Oh, I'm sure. Go ahead, Alan.
Alan.
Oh, sorry. I put 167,000.
Okay, Nick.
Oh, I don't know. I put 6 million because they were kind of sort of popular. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
Alan's guess scared me. I said 10 million.
Okay, Amaru.
I said, there it is, 225K.
Okay, Peggy.
I said 128K.
Ooh.
See how far Boatman and I were.
I'm not good. I know who already got this. I just need to find out
I play
an
movie
answer to
trivia,
another
not
question
movie
that I now have.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Okay, so just to point out, but there's only, looking at a quick list here, there's only been over 40 records that have sold over 10 million or more albums. Nerds Fly or Die is not one of them.
No, it's not.
The closest to it was 406,000. So that would be Amaru.
Maru.
Oh, nice.
Hey!
400.
All right.
Go play your album.
Get rid of your whiteboards now. You will no longer need them.
Unless you want to be one of those people.
Yeah, well, just show.
My answer is. All right, so
Which we do
Mary
appreciate
gets set the order.
All right.
The he sees fit.
Oh, man. All right.
Thank you, Bart.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
You know what? I'm gonna let Alan go first. I need him to be close to me. I need him to be close to me, but have a lot. I will go second.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and do that. And then, you know what? I don't mind the rest of it. Let's go. Carly's third for his birthday. Peggy's fourth, and Caleb, you're the new one, so you got to go fifth. But you get back-to-back picks, so it's all good.
Give him a turn.
Okay.
Wow.
So just confirm. So Alan's going first, Maru second, Nick third, Peggy fourth, and Caleb fifth.
Yep.
Truthfully, I just did that because I want to see what Alan's number one pick is, because that's going to be
All right. With that said, Alan, you are officially on the clock for the first ever draft of Movie Nerds with Fantasy Film Fights. What are you thinking?
Well, I am really glad that you read that definition off of Google about the single-minded part and the single-minded obsessive kind of part. Because of the crazy times we're living in right now, this is the first character I came up with because it's one of my favorite films of all time that fits the narrative of the chaos in the world right now so much. And that is the movie Spike Lee's classic Do the Right Thing. And Amaru probably guessed where I was going with this, but might not pick the character that I picked. I picked Smiley. Smiley from Do the Right Thing. Smiley, the whole film, you know, he's got this picture of Malcolm and Martin, and he's trying to go up to every single character throughout the film to tell them about it, you know, and he has this disability that prevents him from really being able to express himself. But he's single-minded, focused on this, and the importance of that image, and one of the things about the movie really comes to fruition at the end. And Smiley was pushed around, which when we think of nerds, we think of somebody who's pushed around a lot. And Smiley was pushed around the whole film. People respected him, but they still, you know, they didn't have time for him. All right. And they kind of pushed him off like a lot of nerds that happens to. So I picked Smiley because of his insistence on, you know, trying to get his messages out, but not really knowing quite how to be the most effective. And getting pushed around the whole film, I think he kind of fits to what I think a nerd is. So Smiley from Do the Right Thing.
All right. Not something I had on my list. Amaru, was that what you were thinking?
It wasn't on my list, but the second he said Do the Right Thing, I knew I made the right choice of letting him go first. That is an amazing pick. An absolutely amazing pick.
All right. Seems like a little off the beaten path pick. Did anybody else have this on their list? I'm assuming no, but
yeah, I mean, I love that movie, and it's a great pick, but I kind of was struggling to put people on there. But after your description, it fits perfectly to me. So, no, that's a great pick. I like it.
Yeah, not knocking it. I dig the creativity. I encourage it on this show. All right. So,
Boat.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's kind of one of those picks that you don't really expect for a first draft pick because it's a little bit unexpected, but I definitely respect the pick.
All right. Moving on. Amaru, your turn. Who are you taking?
All right. So there are a lot of different definitions of nerds. Most of them, if not all of them, are very, very awesome and pretty badass. But when you said movie nerds, there was one for me that automatically just checked every single box of nerd awesomeness, and that is Dr. Henry Walton Jones Jr. himself, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones is the nerd of nerds. One of the nerds of nerds, because I got a couple on here that can rival when I felt in my soul that Indy is the man. He really is in all senses and forms of the word, and probably the nerd that gets the most, one of the nerds that gets most of the let's say attention from the opposite sex. I don't know, but it just shows you nerds are great. Nerds are awesome.
Nerds can be sexy. There's nothing against that.
So I went with my man Indiana Jones.
Man,
it was definitely on my list. Everybody else somewhere on there, I'm assuming.
I was taking him if it squeezed by, but it was very wishful thinking on my part. That was my number one overall as well. So I love the pick.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what the fun thing about Indiana Jones is? The amount of stories you hear of people that studied archaeology after watching those movies and then being so upset of just like, oh wait, I have to brush things off. I don't get to just run around in caves and be crazy.
Exactly. No, it's an inspired choice. Excellent work.
No, definitely dig that pick. Nick.
Okay.
You're up.
I'm kind of mad rush trying to figure out who I want to go with next. Okay, I know this one might teeter on the edge, but I still consider him a nerd because his, he starts off very skinny guy, and he's always picked on, and he stumbles his words all the time, but obviously he goes through a massive transformation, but he still keeps that, and y'all probably know who I'm talking about for the most part. I'm going to go with Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
wrote.
I thought you were going to say Steve Rogers.
Oh, Steve Rogers is also, well, no, spoilers. I mean, I know it's not going to make it back to me. But anyways, I think Peter Parker is he's very relatable for just about anyone that considers themselves a nerd, and he's very inspirational because he's still, even after getting, bit by a radioactive spider, he still keeps his quirkiness and stuff like that. So I felt like that fit the bill pretty easily.
No, Peter Parker. Excellent pick. I'm assuming a lot of people are pissed.
My question is, which Peter Parker? Because if not Toby, please not Toby.
No, I would go Tom Holland if I had to pick one. I mean, I thought Toby was decent, to be honest. I don't think he's terrible, but I guess that's a whole other show. But.
Yes.
All right. Just quickly, what's your rankings for live action? So, Maguire, Garfield, Holland. Not the movies, but the best Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Holland, Maguire, Garfield.
Yeah, that's who I would. And I mean, I would throw. I mean, I don't know if we could throw Lakeith. What was it? Lakeith Stanfield? Is that his name?
Shamik Moore.
Shamik Moore. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. But yeah, it's like I thought he did a great job too. But he was Miles.
John Mulaney.
Oh yeah, John Mulaney.
I got Toby at the bottom. He's a whiny. He's just whiny and just that. I can't.
I like, as a Peter Parker, I like Andrew Garfield more than Holland.
I'm the opposite. I think Garfield was a better Peter Parker, or was a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire, but Tobey Maguire was a better Peter Parker.
I agree with you both.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Over
right.
to me. I have a number one pick, but I think I'm safe with Boatman being at the turn and coming back around to me that I can wait on that one. So I'm going to take the one that I think might be taken by him. I'm going to go with a character who was very much picked on in school because he was one of the smarter kids in class. He saved millions of lives with his work and basically invented the computer. And the movie says it's the people who no one expects anything of, who do the things that no one, or who no one imagines anything of, who do the things that no one can imagine. I am, of course, as I babble, am taking Alan Turing from The Imitation Game.
I mean,
Wow, nice.
okay.
Not think of that at all.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good pull.
That checks all the boxes. That's a good one.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's right.
That's an inspired pick.
Yeah.
If you've never
Stunned silence.
Well, the movie doesn't really go into it that well. Like, hit the end of his life. If you, especially this month, if you are interested, please go. There's some fantastic biographies about the man. Please go read them because the end of his life is just like so
sad. Ah,
Yeah, it's pretty tragic.
Yeah.
But yes, that is my pick. And wait, whoa, Spencer, have you never seen The Imitation Game? If not, immediately go see it. It's so good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anywho, that's my pick. Over to Caleb. Unless anybody else wants to chime in.
Yeah. Oh wait, yes.
Anyone about Turing?
I mean, he fits the bill, and I mean, he was incredibly smart and was not very socially aware. So, I mean, he fits the definition perfectly. So,
Yeah, it's perfect.
And Benedict Cumberbatch I thought did a great job as Alan
Knocked
Turing.
it out of the park.
And sadly, TV doesn't count. So Sherlock, the true answer of the best nerd on television,
That's fair.
can be added.
So I had a clear number one pick going into this. And as soon as Amaru put me behind Peggy, I knew I was not going to get it. And she didn't pick it.
Nope.
So I have to take it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, Peggy. That's my number one. I have to. I'm going with Brian Johnson from The Breakfast Club.
Actually, no, but you're good so far. I'll take it.
Never mind. Okay, that's kind of who I thought Peggy was referring to. Yeah, Brian Johnson, very studious, kind of showing the kind of amount of pressure that can be put on the more intellectual students in class, and his breakdown about the flare gun is one of the most powerful scenes in film. But he's also certainly a lovable nerd. I kind of love as he slowly gets more acquainted with the other students in detention. I love that movie, and Brian Johnson, one of the best nerds in movies.
No, I applaud the pick. He's on my list, in the top, but it was not my number one overall. Hoping you don't go with it on your next pick, but I applaud your pick. Anybody else thinking Brian?
He was on the list for sure. I wasn't sure how soon or how early he'd go. So I think end of the first is a great spot because he is definitely, when you think of nerds and movies, he is one of the first people that pop into at least most movie lovers' heads is that character.
Yeah, for sure.
So, no, it's a great choice. So,
I think might not be the first.
What?
I saw him and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else can take him. Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
There we go.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, canceled.
That
What?
one says Breakfast Club.
Yes,
Shows up. It's like saying Beatles.
there we go. There it goes.
Jeez.
Love
Couldn't
it.
be without it.
Love it.
Couldn't be without it.
Excellent round one.
He heard Breakfast Club and was like,
Yeah.
let's get to
Yeah,
the computer.
I heard that somewhere in space.
Yep.
Love it.
Anyone mentions E.T., Aaron will jump back in. He'll actually just appear on the call.
Right up here.
So I think that might not be the last time we hear an Anthony Michael Hall character, but I'll quickly
Probably
break down what we had for round one.
Probably not.
So Alan went first and he went Smiley from Do the Right Thing. Amaru went Indiana Jones from the original trilogy. We don't
The only one that didn't need a movie.
Nick went with Peter Parker from Spider-Man. Peggy went with Alan Turing from The Imitation Game. And Caleb went Brian Johnson from The Breakfast Club.
All right. Boatman, kick off round two for us. What you thinking?
Okay. Round two, I'm going with a true movie nerd, as in a nerd who is obsessed with movies and films. So I got to go with the person who knows all the rules, knows what to do. I'm going with Randy Meeks from the Scream franchise.
Good old Randy Meeks. I knew I forgot one.
Fantastic choice. Fantastic.
Still able to hang around with the cooler kids, but they still give him a lot of crap. But he's the one who knows what to do to keep them all alive. The rules scene are my favorite parts of any Scream movie. It's so fun how they investigate the tropes. And yes, Spence, that is definitely a Boatman pick because I'm the Randy Meeks of this community, but that's okay. I love the Scream franchise. It's one of my favorite horror franchises, probably my number one favorite horror franchise. And yeah, Randy, he knows what to do in a horror movie. He spends a lot of time watching those horror movies, but he knows what to do.
Exactly.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, nothing to argue with there.
Nope.
Nothing to argue with there. Perfect. Perfect choice.
Yeah.
This
I
would
think
be
he's
my
the
number
only
one.
character I was sad when he died. I was like,
Exactly.
nah,
Yep,
come
precisely.
on, man.
No, unfortunately, when I was trying to put my list together today, that is one that I forgot about, that I'm mad I left off my list. The only reason
That's a good
I just completely blanked on it, but a great choice.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Definitely a good choice. All right. I'm up again. Oh, what's Jay saying?
Boatman's broken everyone ran the
Every rule.
Every time he does, something bad happens. True. Boatman
It's
has
like
accidentally
Phoebe going to the dentist.
Boatman has accidentally also caused the murder of 15 people.
Jeez.
You can't prove that.
All right. So I'm now thinking my number one overall pick might actually get back around to me, but I'm going to take it because I don't want to risk that chance. This movie nerd is probably one of the coolest movie nerds, but he does fall into the category because he is on full scholarship at a college to work on a laser, which he does not realize that is supposed to be used. As a
Oh, wait a
weapon.
minute.
It is my favorite Val Kilmer role of all time. I am talking about Chris Knight in the movie Real Genius.
No.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
you
right,
made
boys.
you made the correct choice, Peggy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Oh.
If you've never seen Real Genius before, I implore you to seek it out. It
It's
is
hilarious.
fantastic.
This is
And it
one of
makes
my
me want to
minor-
swim in popcorn.
I've never seen this movie.
You dig it.
It is hilarious. It is a very
Wait. Boatman, did you just say what I thought you said?
Yeah, I've never seen Real Genius.
I've never seen Real Genius either.
Amaru, what?
I
Okay.
implore you to seek it out.
It's not, no, this isn't an employee, Peggy. You're being too nice. This is a guys. You have to. It's essential homework.
To quote the movie, it's a moral imperative.
Yes, exactly right. It is a moral imperative. Please do yourself a favor.
Okay.
But yes. I love the way my team is shaping up, but guess what? It is time to head over to Nick for his pick.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think I was going to take him with this pick. I was hoping he'd last a little longer, but such is life. All right, I'm going to go with. I don't really have a good description with it. I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to go with Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter.
Yes. Thank you, Nick, because usually it's me who makes Amaru do that. So thank you.
Sorry, Amaru.
Thank you. I'm not the bad guy this time. Thank you, Nick.
She was high on my list too.
But anyways, I mean, she's not terribly socially awkward, but I mean, it is a little bit. But I mean, she's just super smart at everything and loves to tell people about it. So it just fit the perfect bill. I'm honestly very surprised she dropped this low. So I couldn't wait any longer for that one.
No, that's fair.
In my opinion.
She was hot on my list too. Amaru.
No, you couldn't have waited any longer because she would have been there. You would not have been there if you would have waited any longer.
Yeah, well, now you get to do the same to Alan. We're just trickling down.
There we go. We're just swapping places.
Accurate.
Oh, that's perfect.
Accurate. No, love the pick. Solid pick. I don't think anyone can refute that pick.
Was anyone not gonna go pick Hermione for like next round or two? She was on.
They gave me hope because I didn't think she was gonna drop out of the first round, and then she did, and then Nick just decided to do that.
Hence the greatness and brilliance of fantasy film.
That's why I was like, I wasn't nearly that upset with Chris Knight leaving the board because she was still on the board. No, that was all right. I'll take that.
Solid pick. I'm sure you got a backup though, Amaru.
Oh yeah, I definitely do. I was about to say my list is going to look exactly what you thought my list would look like, and then that happened. But my list is still going to look exactly what you think is going to look like because I'm probably going the second most popular Marvel nerd ever, and it might be argued depending on who you're talking about. For me, this is one of the only other nerds there, and I was having trouble trying to figure out which one I wanted to pick, but it's got to be Bruce Banner. Just regular old Bruce Banner / the Hulk. That man is a genius. I heard it today, and I was like, why is he not on my list? So I am going Bruce Banner because to be that and then to be the Hulk, I was like, should I go smart Hulk? And I was like, nah, I'm going regular Bruce Banner. Man's a G. You don't want to bang G.
I thought you were leaning towards the other metal-suited man.
See, I would argue with that one. But I would have. I don't think he's. I don't think he qualifies.
I agree. I thought about it as well. But Bruce Banner's a great pick, by the way. Sorry, don't want to take away.
Yeah, Banner is the ultimate nerdy.
Yeah. So no, yeah, Tony Stark is not really considered a nerd when it comes to his personality. So I understand why he's not there, but. Bruce Banner
he has 7 PhDs, and one of them is not in fly. So.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep, that's a good one.
So I was going to ask the question like I did about Peter Parker, but I'm guessing you're not going with like Eric Banner. You're going with Mark Ruffalo.
I'm going with Mark, but I like all three. I like Norton. I like Banner. I like Ruffalo. Ruffalo this is the best one. He is. Yeah. But it's definitely a lot closer for those three for me than with Garfield, Holland, and that other guy that I care about as Peter at home.
I feel like Mark Ruffalo was really the only one who captured the nerdiness of Bruce Banner.
Yes.
I think Edward Norton and Eric Banner were playing it like moody, brooding.
That's fair.
Whereas Mark Ruffalo is such a dork in those movies, and I love it.
Yes.
Nice,
love me some Mark Ruffalo too. Just saying. All right. So we are over to Alan. Finally back over to you, buddy.
All right. I'm a little nervous because people are taking, I've already had a couple off my list. So I'm going to, and this one I'm worried about Peggy might having. So I'm going to have to take this one, which is my favorite. what we really think of instantly, nerd, the perfect image comes to mind, and that is Seymour Krelborn from Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay.
And Rick Moranis perfectly encapsulating that. You cannot have the depiction of a nerd without having Rick Moranis's Seymour Krelborn. Just a fantastic example and one of the best characters I think in a movie maybe ever. And I absolutely love. I'm not a musical guy. Whatever people might think, I do not like musicals. But Little Shop of Horrors is the exception and proves the rule. I think it's brilliant, and I think Seymour Krelborn is a fantastic character. He's the one character I've always wanted to play, but I've been told I'm not nerdy enough, which makes me mad. Because I've auditioned plenty times for it, but never. I always play the dentist. They always cast me as the dentist, which is fine.
Perfect.
The dentist is great. That's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
But I want to be Seymour, man. I want to be Seymour. But yeah, Seymour Krelborn, the Rick Moranis version, brilliant.
Yeah, solid pick. Anyone else targeting him?
Oh, I was targeting him. I thought he might have slipped, but I should have known with a group like this, he wouldn't have made it too far down. So, fantastic pick. I absolutely had him on my list near the top. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, Peggy.
I'm kind of kicking myself that it didn't.
I'm now
Thought of another one, another Rick Moranis one, but
in the back of my head.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Of any character called Seymour that isn't a total nerd in film or TV.
You can't.
It's just that name is just like if you give that name to
The
your
name is
child,
synonymous.
it's gonna be
The name
dumb
is
for
synonymous.
Seymour Skinner from The Simpsons, total nerd.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
all right. So that caps off round 2 for us.
It does indeed. So let me pull up this bad boy to run through what we did. All right. So round 2, it was Boatman that went first. And he went Randy Meeks from Scream. Peggy went with Chris Knight from Real Genius. Yes, she did tell me how to spell the name correctly before the show.
I did.
Because
Nice.
apparently I can't spell the word night.
Just making sure, pal.
I did have to Google Hermione Granger though. Hermione Granger was Nick's next picks, but Amaru went with Bruce Banner, and then Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors was Alan's, who will be playing Seymour in the FPP version of Little Shop of Horrors. We'll get back to the dentist.
That'd be an interesting post. Like, who would you cast out of the FBTO? Like, crew?
Yeah.
What?
Also, just quickly.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Oh, that's right.
Appreciate
Happy birthday, Nick, from last Monday.
it.
So on to round 3. Alan, we are back to you, sir.
Oh,
Where
so
you
soon.
going?
All right. This movie, I would say, I think when I think nerd films, I think this movie. I know a lot of people think other films, but I think this movie because it's chock full of nerds. And they're all coming together on a great adventure to save the Goondocks. And that is the Goonies. And my man, the character I always wanted to be, but I'm horrible at making inventions. I always wanted to be Data. Yes. Data is, I think, the greatest nerd. I absolutely love him. He's just fantastic and the character I've always wanted to be, but never could because I don't have the tech savvy as him. But Data from the Goonies.
Slick Shoes, are you crazy?
Oh man, darn it!
Yes, I'm slowly picking at your list, Nick.
Well, I mean, we all have pretty similar lists so far. It seems like.
All I know is those pinchers of power did not look very sturdy.
They did not at all. No, they did not. But just a power. Just a power. Love him.
No, 100% on my list. He was one of the first probably 5 or 6 I put on there. So didn't think he'd drop to me, but then I'm glad he was picked because he is absolutely a great pick.
Oh yeah,
sure.
So
everyone else has Data?
Yep, he was on there. What is in the top 10? I'll give him that.
Top 10.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him, but I ultimately went other places. I personally love Short Round, so.
That's
yeah,
you know, he's still there. Even though it's the same actor, he's still there.
He's still there, and Amaru is up. Where are you thinking? Where are you going? What are you thinking?
So, usually when I'm on this show, I try to get different picks. But it's not looking that way right now. This looks like straight up me 100% of the way. Because I had my backup that if somebody got Peter Parker before I did, there's no way I'm not moving forward without picking up Miles Morales. Miles Morales is my third pick.
Yeah.
He is my Spider-Man.
That's fair.
I mean, like, half black, half Hispanic. I'm half black. I'm half Argentine. I'm the coolest nerd you know. He's the coolest nerd you might know. So I am definitely going Mr. Miles Morales because that man is a G, 100% of the way. So that's my third pick.
I gotta say, I'm not the hugest Marvel fan in the world, and I went into the Spider-Verse not really expecting much, and I absolutely loved it. It's so good. Excellent pick, Maru.
Yeah. No, hard to argue with that one.
Yeah. 4?
Yes.
Sure.
Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, it is.
Agreed. All right. So not a whole lot of contention on that one. Might as well move right along to Nick with his third pick.
I was considering Data at this point, but I'm gonna have to go old school on this one because I just watched it a little bit ago, and it's just a just a fantastic performance, and I am gonna go with good old Julius Kelp from The Nutty Professor. Because I mean, I thought Caleb might have that one.
Yeah, no. Okay, I can wait until the end because nobody's gonna pick a classic.
Yeah, that's why I throw a wrench into things. But anyway, this one was just front and center in my mind. I had watched it because I love that movie. It's hilarious. It's absolute phenomenal lead performance, and it's just like, yeah, he is definitely a nerd through and through. So I just figured it was a great choice. So
yeah, definitely can't really argue with it. Anybody else targeting them aside from Boatman?
So just to be clear, this isn't Sherman Klump, right?
No, it's not.
I was about to ask.
Sherman's still out there.
Yeah,
Sherman's still out there. Hercules.
Yeah, you can still take him if you want. Yes, that definitely went into my mind quite a bit, but no.
Great choice.
Yep.
No,
So, Bowman, you said you were going to save this to the end. This was going to be like...
Yeah, I was going to save it at least till a little bit because this community sometimes doesn't appreciate the classics. I'm very glad that Nick threw something to a classic. I'm very mad that I didn't get to, though.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes you
Yep.
think things get snatched up and then it falls right in your lap and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Beauty?
but good job, Nick. That's
Thank
a
you.
great pick.
The
Great
beauty of the show.
Appreciate it. Yep.
All right. Guess that means I'm up. All right. This is where I have to rely on that definition that I looked up earlier because this one's a little bit off the beaten path. But if I rely on the single-minded expert in a particular field and someone who kind of lacks social skills, this one, it fits. And it's one of my favorite characters of all time. And he taught us that the only true currency is what you share with somebody else when you're uncool. I am taking Lester Bangs from Almost Famous.
Gosh dang it, Peggy.
Yeah. Okay.
Stole from both.
Admittedly, uncool. Says it many a time in the movie, but I adore him. I think it fits the definition, and I want him on my team. So, hey.
I like it.
Fantastic pick. It was one of my next picks.
Oh, good. I'm glad I got it in time. Woo.
But great job, Peggy. Great pick. One of my favorite performances from one of my favorite movies.
Oh yeah. I really need to rewatch that movie. I feel like I haven't watched it in like a decade.
Yeah, me too. It's been a while.
It definitely holds up.
Yeah, no, everyone loves it, and I remember liking it when I watched it. But that's why he didn't pop into my head. But it's a great pick.
Yay! All right.
Never
Then-
watched it.
Well, then you still have the joy of seeing it for the first time ahead
There
of
you
you.
go.
Exactly.
All right.
I don't know why. Always just something about it just put me off. I always thought it was like too chick flicky just from the poster.
Nah, you'll dig it. I promise you. And a lot of cameos you'll see just popping up, like people from Modern Family you wouldn't be expecting working behind the desk at a hotel. All right, so Boatman, you're up, buddy. Close out round 3 for us.
Okay. I gotta make a decision here, and I think I'm going to go with I went 80s, 90s, so I'll just keep the trend moving, and I'll go 2000s here. one of the biggest nerds from one of the biggest teen movies of the 2000s. I'm going with the man. He's got a fake ID from Hawaii.
Oh no!
It's
Yeah.
Okay,
I was waiting on him.
Gubbins from Superbad.
we're even. We're even. Damn it! I was hoping he'd let us too. I have the same thing with yours. That I was hoping that maybe he'd slip by everybody, but
Spence, you're not wrong. It is maybe just Boatman. I maybe just picked myself. Who doesn't love McLovin? It's one of the most quoted parts from that movie. He's such a dork, but he doesn't care. He embraces it. He does what he wants to do. And my favorite part of Superbad is him, Seth Rogen, and Bill Hader just having this insane, crazy night. And I love Superbad. And he's one of the best parts of the movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It was my next one. Oh, and good job, sir. Good swipe.
Yeah, it was definitely on my list, but
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
yeah, I don't think you can make a movie nerds list and not include them.
It was another one where I was like, somebody else will take them, so that'll free up my picks when y'all go ahead and take it
I'm trying to think of the same.
off your hands. Go ahead.
Fair enough.
But no, solid way to end round 3 for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard someone talk about this the other week. If they did remade Superbad, but they didn't primarily focus on McLovin, so you saw a lot more of like the police stuff. Would you want that?
Anything with Bill Hader, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's good stuff.
All right, so let's pull up the round 3. All right, where's my list? There we go. All right, so I went first this round, and he went with Data from the Goonies. Amaru went Miles Morales from Into Spider-Verse. Nick went Julius Kelp from Nutty Professor. Peggy went Lester Bangs from Almost Famous. I can't believe that's actually someone's real name. And Caleb went McLovin from Superbad.
Those are some tough teams forming up right now, gentlemen. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, round 4. Caleb.
Okay. So now I'm getting at a point where I have to make sacrifices and probably have to realize that there are a few characters that I'm not going to get, and that's okay. But I'm going to keep my trend going, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Now I'm going with the 2010s, and I'm going with a character from one of the best teen comedies of the last decade, and it came out last year. I am going with Molly from Booksmart.
Okay. Yeah.
Smart.
Waiting for that.
Damn it.
Another Booksmart question. No, I think that she's so dedicated to her studies, and that kind of is obviously the crux of the movie.
Yes.
But so funny. I basically just picked the different version of Superbad, but I think Molly's definitely one of the best parts of the movie, and I think Beanie Feldstein plays her perfectly, and she is definitely a nerd.
Oh yeah, that was phenomenal pick. Yeah, I mean, you nailed it on the head. It's like we're all taking each other's words out of our mouths because it's like
I had the Booksmart twins as a backup if my other ones weren't coming in. So yeah, definitely
good stuff.
Keep talking.
Keep talking. Now she's got to find another one.
right?
Oh
yeah, that's it. That was on my list too. Wasn't in my top 5, but it was on there. It was 7. So
I mean, if you wanted to, Peggy, you got her right there.
There's another
Yeah.
one.
You got the other one.
I know.
right, she's right there.
That's just.
I think this
too
is the
easy.
first time that it's a brother and sister has appeared on back-to-back choices. You had Jonah from Superbad and Beanie from
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Booksmart.
Yeah.
Well,
Not the same
no, I picked-
character, same movie.
yeah, I didn't pick.
Yeah,
Jonah,
not the character, but in
Yeah.
the movies, I should say.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just doing this to tie in that next week we are doing on-screen siblings.
There we go.
Fair enough.
Okay. Is it?
Nice.
Is it? I can't remember. Is it, or is it one more titles? Let me pull
No,
up
we
the
did.
list.
No, it's siblings, I believe.
I'm gonna pull up the list just to make sure
Yeah.
that I have the right thing.
Oh, and for you guys, we will be announcing the July topics soon.
Yeah,
if,
like,
if
it'll
not
be-
today, tomorrow.
Okay.
No, I'm an idiot. It's one word titles.
Okay,
next week.
well, one word titles next
So
week.
please, I'm gonna cut this bit out. If everyone just live forget if I said it. Thank you.
No worries, because I still don't know where I want to go.
All right. Draft
All
block.
right.
Come on, Peggy. You know where you want to go. You
I
got
do,
that
I
list.
just-
Come
okay.
on.
Okay, so
She got it.
this is another one I guess I could consider a nerd. Single-minded in his pursuits of ghosts and women, I suppose. I'm taking Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters.
Cool.
If that counts, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think it counts. I mean, no, I don't want to give away the rest of my pick because someone might take it.
I mean, I could think of the four Ghostbusters, he's probably the third most nerdy.
True.
I would say.
Yeah.
Ron
I
and Ray
agree.
are a little more nerdy, but it's Bill Murray, so I give a pass to Bill Murray.
It
Kind
counts.
of why I wanted to take him, just because.
I think you could, like Boatman said, you could pick any of those three, and I feel like
Yeah.
it works. So,
Yeah, I'm a little unsure of it. At this point, there's so many that I want, but they're all neck and neck. For some reason, my eye spotted that one and I went with it. So hey, whatever. Peter Venkman, that's fine. All right,
I would say you chose poorly from the Ghostbusters. But
that's fine.
I don't want to put up the quotes,
Chose
but people
poorly.
in the chat have said the right one.
That's fine.
The one, but the goddamn movie that's coming out this year is on about.
yes. Okay.
Anywho, moving on. Nick, go ahead, save me, please.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised this guy's still around, mainly because there's nerds in the title of this movie. So I am going to take Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, nice.
It's just the whole movie and them and all the different things, and his character arc's hilarious, and I don't know, it's just a classic, and he's the guy that sticks out. I mean, you could pick 4 or 5 people from that
For
group that could, because they all just play different aspects of nerdiness. So it's like I had at least 3 on my list probably of characters in that movie. So I figured I'd take the lead one because he was hilarious and he just nailed it.
I was thinking about Gilbert though.
Gilbert was the
Lewis is a tad bit problematic with the basically rape in the Moonbound.
Yeah, okay.
They're all problematic with that. The whole film is.
That's
that's fair. That's fair.
But no, if you're gonna take a nerd, that's textbook. I mean,
It's a safe one to
called
take.
Revenge of the
Definition.
Nerds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. Cool. So,
Has
Lewis,
everyone watched Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah. Anyone else was gonna pick him or?
I've never actually seen the movie.
wow.
Because
It's a list.
that came out about 20 years before I was born.
Yeah,
It's one of those films that if you watch it, Boatman, you will say this could never be made today
Yeah, it's
That's
one of
what
those
I've heard.
movies.
That's what I've
It's
heard.
At all.
Absolutely
not even a little bit.
So that's the main
Most
thing.
college movies from pre-2000 are like that.
Yes.
Most
Agreed.
pre like 2015 or like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You recommend
Yeah.
seeing PCU, especially in this day and age. Anyway,
Yeah.
A good one.
That is
Anyways.
still lovely.
all right, moving on. Amaru, round 4 for you, buddy. Where you going?
All right, so very similar to Boat and Swarley over there. I had a 5th pick. I had a 5th pick that I was pretty sure that was gonna get down to 5th, but 2 of y'all have already had yours stolen, and I have Alan in front of me, who very well probably knows this movie. And I don't know if he would take him or not, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this man now. Aaron J, I got you, fam. I got you, because this is actually the same actor I just picked in my last pick, Mr. Shameik Moore, in one of the greatest movies in probably the last decade, coming of age movies, period. Man used Bitcoins to sell dope. And that's
ahead.
movie itself, Mr.
Dope.
Malcolm out of Kenby. From Dope. It is one of the most underrated, underwatched. Everybody needs to go see that film ever. Malcolm is absolutely amazing. You take Miles Morales, you put him in a real life situation. He goes toe to toe with A$AP Rocky. I mean, A$AP Rocky looked good in a film. Malcolm is amazing. I love Dope. Everybody needs to go watch that movie. And he was probably number 2 in my head when this came out. And I was like, okay, cool. It'll go down the line. But I can't leave him on the board with Alan in front of me twice.
You were wise to do so. You were wise.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen it, but it's definitely going on the 2C list.
It is one of the best. When I first watched that movie, and I've seen it multiple times, I love it so much. It's one of those, I went, this film is going to be what every other director needs to watch in the next 5 to 6 years, because the filmmaking is so genius. It's absolutely a brilliant film. It's amazing, man. It's absolutely great.
Aaron makes a very good point that goes straight to my heart. He is the ultimate 90s hip-hop nerd. And if that doesn't speak to me, oh my gosh, Malcolm out of Kenby is dope. That's all you got to say.
That's it.
All right.
Good job, sir.
Cool. Malcolm from Dope. Then we reach Alan again to close out round 4.
Whew, all right. So a couple people have already been taken from my list. So, you know me, I always got to bring something that nobody's going to expect from a film probably nobody either A, has seen, or B, enjoyed. But the actor that plays everybody loves, and that is the man, the myth, the legend, Jeff Goldblum. But no, I'm not going Jurassic Park. No, I'm not going Thor Ragnarok.
No.
Oh, no. I'm going Cats and Dogs. I'm going Professor Brody from Cats and Dogs, the man that makes. And I love the fact that it just blew some minds.
Okay.
Not where I thought you were going.
I love it, by the way. Oh, my God.
Let's love
Alan, you just became my new favorite person.
Yes. Yes. I love that movie unashamedly. It's one of my favorite films. My kids, as soon as they appreciated talking animals, we've seen that movie. I mean, we've seen it a number of times. We quote the whole thing. We just put it on and just quote everything. And every time Jeff Goldblum, Professor Brody, comes on screen, everybody just stops and watches every little insert. And I can't even say the word. A little thing that he's doing. It's just absolutely incredible. It's the blueprint for what he did in Ragnarok. And it's just full Jeff Goldblum tilt, man. It's just absolutely brilliant. So I love that character. Love that movie.
Alrighty then.
I am a scholar of 2000s CGI talking animal movies. I was a child in the 2000s, so I was exposed to a lot of them and studied them. Objectively, it's an awful pick. Subjectively, as someone who has seen Cats and Dogs, there is nothing I love more than Alan's list right now. It's an awful.
So who said I just take myself?
That was Jay.
Of course it was.
Right.
Oh man.
Hey, I love it, Alan. You do you, buddy.
I always do.
I encourage.
The only thing I know about Cats and Dogs is the sequel title, which is one of the greatest sequel titles in the history of the universe.
The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Yes. Revenge of Kitty Galore. Yep. Excellent. We love that one too.
So I'm guessing everyone's crossing off Professor Bodie off the list. Like, I think that was next up for everyone.
That's right. Next. I mean, come on, without a doubt.
All right. Let me pull the list up to go through what was round 4. All right, so Caleb went first. He went Molly with Booksmart. Peggy went Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters. Lewis was Revenge of the Nerds was Nick's pick. Malcolm from Dope was Maru's. And Professor Bodie from Cats and Dogs was Alan's pick.
Nice.
It was worth that one just to see Boatman and Amaru's reaction.
Just to see the joy in their face.
Exactly, the joy and both of them flew back. I love it. Love it.
Well, we've reached round 5. Alan, you got another one up your sleeve that's gonna rattle some cages here?
Well, I don't know. It might rattle some cages. You know, I knew Smiley. I might have to defend a little bit for my first choice, and so this last one I might have to as well. But we're talking a character that fits all the classic, nerd attributes: single-mindedness, loves different kind of cultures and studies different kind of cultures and aspects of different kind of cultures. Is very OCD. Is very extremely socially awkward, and knows a lot about comic books. And a lot about one particular comic book character, especially Superman. So I'm going Bill from Kill Bill. Because of his monologue about Superman, the duality of Superman, it's absolutely brilliant. And it's of somebody who studied, you could tell has studied and thought about that aspect. He's clearly in love with Westerns. He's clearly in love with Asian culture and martial arts. And that's a nerd kind of single-minded focus on something. And he's very OCD. If you watch him, the way he makes that sandwich in that scene, the way he does so many different things. I'm going to go, he's not a classic nerd visually when you think about it. But if you think about his character, he's pretty much a nerd. So I'm going Bill from Kill Bill.
I did not have this on my list, but I agree with Alan. Bill is a nerd. I actually really respect the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that defense was, I mean, like I said, initially I did not consider him a nerd, so he was not on my list, but I get it.
Alan is just breaking everyone's brain today.
Yeah.
And I am here for it.
That's what I do, baby. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Oh, man.
Rue, you look like you are hesitant.
I think I broke his
I'm
brain.
leave this to the judge. If he puts it on there, I'll let him put it on there. I don't know if he's a nerd.
He made a good point. It's not nerd in the technical sense of just like what you expect, but he shows a lot of nerdy attributes.
We're gonna have to leave the definition on the voting poll for everybody.
Exactly.
Okay.
But hey, I dig it. All right, over to Amaru.
All right, so we have conjured a few names into the chat. We got Kurt coming up first, and then Aaron was brought up. ET. So I feel like, especially because Hermione got taken from you.
Oh no!
I need a woman here, and I need to have Jacoby Bancroft come up into the chat because Evie Carnahan from 1999's The Mummy is my fifth pick.
All right.
Evie took on Imhotep. She took on Brendan Fraser in peak 90s. And she's amazing. I mean, she did almost bring the death of the entire world because she was too much of a nerd. But she helped end it as well. So, and I mean, Anaxunamun wanted her body, so I guess if she wanted her, then I'll take her too. So I'm going Evie Carnahan. Definitely as my fifth pick.
All right. Confession. Never seen any of the mummies.
You only need to see that one. Maybe number two.
Yeah, just watch the first ones.
All right.
Please.
3 is where it goes. Even though I love Jet Li, 3 is where it goes.
But Maria Bello took
Very
over the
true.
character. Maria Bello. Love me some Maria Bello.
I know her from Coyote Ugly.
That's nice. No, that's a really good end late round pick for sure. I like that a lot. She was on my list. She might have gone at my fifth rounder if we got around that, but you took it. Nice work.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think after Hermione, she's like the second most traditional nerdy woman you can think of.
Okay.
Jay did put it up there, but I was trying to stay silent because he was getting a lot of my picks in that chat. Jay, I love you, man. I love you.
Nice. All right. I've actually got at least 3 I could go with here. I hate to repeat movies, but I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to go with one of the other 3 Ghostbusters, and I'm going to go with Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters.
Nice.
In my opinion, he's the at least with attitude and whatnot, he's the biggest nerd of the 4. So
that's fair.
That's my opinion. But like I said, you could have picked any of those, or at least the 3 of the 4. But you could. I mean, those were all solid picks. So I had Egon, and that's who I went with.
Can't.
Yeah, he's the Ghostbuster on my list for sure.
Yeah.
I just like Bill Murray better. That's all.
Bill Murray's great. Yeah.
All right. So Egon.
Yeah,
from
just pulling up the quotes from
Yeah.
Joe
Yeah.
Pauly.
It's like
That was
I know.
about
I
Peggy's
know,
choice.
Cameron. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
No, he was talking about me with Peter.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was bringing up the old quotes just to make because
Yeah.
I was just reading and just like, yeah, Peggy, you're an idiot. What are you doing?
That's okay, because you want to know what? I've got another pick coming at me right now.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, everyone else have Egon on the list even as an honorable mention or?
I considered him, but I just had other picks that willed out. But definitely a solid pick.
Well, as you know, I picked Peter because he was my favorite Ghostbusters. But alas, my turn to pick another one. And no controversy with this one because this guy is definitely a nerd because he has to pay $1,000 to Cindy Mancini to be cool for a month. I'm talking about the one who announced in the cafeteria, cools, nerds, your side, my side. Man, it's all bullshit. It's just hard enough to be yourself. I'm talking about Ronald Miller from the movie Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
I don't know if you youngsters have seen that one, but it's a good one. Patrick Dempsey.
I unfortunately have not. I know all about it. I have not watched it.
Never even heard of it.
Do yourself a
Don't
favor.
worry,
You got to
John.
watch it. Yep, we are. But damn, it's really beautiful. And you picked a great quote too. So excellent.
All
Yeah,
right, so
this is a Peggy pick.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Absolutely. It's on my wall somewhere. Okay.
And of course, being a Peggy pick,
Yeah,
Christina loves it.
you know it, baby. My girl. All right, Boatman. Close out round 5 for us, buddy.
Okay. I'm going with a nerd who is a nerd for his own school. I'm not talking about the work in his school. I'm talking about he is obsessed with the school itself, joining all the different clubs. founding the club. I am going with Max Fisher
Yeah.
from
Duh.
Rushmore.
Rushmore. Yeah.
Making time. One of the best scenes, one of my favorite scenes in movie history is that montage of all the clubs. I
Yeah.
love Jason Schwartzman's performance, and I love this movie. And Max Fisher is a total nerd to the point where he's so obsessed with the clubs and so obsessed with everything going on there that he's failing the actual academic part of the school and is going to get kicked out. He takes himself so seriously. Which is kind of what you have to do as a nerd. A lot of these people, these characters on this list, they take themselves very seriously. They are unabashedly nerdy, and that's what I love about Max Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Solid pick.
I chose the wrong 50-50 on that one. Dang it. That was the other one that was considering. It's like you said, he just unabashedly nerd. So that was absolutely a great pick.
For sure. Can't. My brother would be very proud of you, Caleb.
I
All right.
avoided Rushmore like the plague. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's not for everybody. I get it.
This is true. All right.
I'm just quickly, Aaron, makes sense. This is no one from a Rocky movie got picked. It's a Christmas miracle. That's the third time that's ever happened on this show.
That's kind
Mainly
of
because I'm not drafting.
I'm trying to even pick who would you pick?
The robot.
Yes.
But ladies and gentlemen in the chat, before you start naming what you would have picked, we have been discussing behind the scenes, and we're going to go a bonus round. We're going to go 6 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. So it ain't over yet. Tony, give us a cap of round 5.
All right, so round 5, Alan went first, and he went Bill from Kill Bill. Amaru went Evie Conhan from The Mummy. Jacoby's apparently busy. Nick went with Egon Spengler from Ghostbusters. Peggy went with Ronald Miller from Can't Buy Me Love. Max Fisher from Rushmore was Boatman's final pick of this round. So, just anyone that's new that's watching, so the way that we do bonus rounds is that, so they won't officially appear as your list, but what you can do if you want, after we do them all, if you want to swap one of yours 5 out for this one or any more that we do, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. So it's your little get out of jail free card and also a way to just talk up some movies that you love on another
Pretty
bonus
much.
round. Why not?
That's fair.
So, with that being said, Caleb, do you have one other that you would like to add to your team?
I'm glad that this is the bonus round pick because A, I'm super happy with my 5 actually. I'm pretty satisfied with it. And B, I feel like this is the pick that would get me roasted the most. So I'm glad it technically doesn't count. Because there are, not to be offensive, but there are a lot of people who are older than me on this call and who probably don't appreciate this movie like I do. I think one of the biggest types of nerds is a theater nerd. I am a theater nerd.
I am too.
I think that Ryan from High School Musical 3, senior year, is a giant theater nerd, which is why he is my pick. I don't care. It's stupid. It's cheap. Ryan, he wants it all. He's a giant theater nerd. That is my pick. High School Musical was my childhood.
That's fair.
Wow, that's a great one. I directed a junior version of this a few years ago, and forgot all about Ryan really. But that's a great, because I love the kid that played him in my version. He was fantastic. That's a great pick, man. Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I did a bunch of theater in high school and college, so I know those people. So I totally get it. That's a very fun last pick. I'll give you that.
I've dated many a Ryan. Many a Ryan. But since we're speaking about High School Musical, just one thing: Sharpay is the biggest bitch in film.
Okay.
She damn close. You right. She damn close. You right.
I'm sorry. We need to stop slandering Sharpay, Evan. She put in the work. She did the job. Gabriella, she's the worst songs in all the High School Musical movies. I am sorry. And B, she just shows up last minute. She didn't even get on time for the audition. Sharpay deserved the part, dang it.
Okay.
Next week on Fantasy Film Fights, characters from High School Musical.
There'll be that 1 week where we do Disney original movies.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You need to have me on that. You need to have Cameron Holtzman and Abby Frill on that.
Christina as well, I think.
Yes.
Booked a spot, so.
Yeah, that's your panel right there.
That would be a damn good panel. Write it down, Tony. All right. So, over to me for the 6th bonus round pick. I will do Nick Carley, the solid of removing Peter Venkman from my final 5 and replacing it with this pick.
Okay.
I have to put a girl on my list. I can't in good-hearted nature have a list without a female on it. So I'm going to go with a high school nerd that got to live out the dream of returning to high school and becoming one of the popular kids. I am, of course, going with Josie Grossi, a.k.a. Josie Geller from Never Been Kissed.
Okay.
And I will add that to my list.
I like that.
Just because that's more a movie for me. So, hey.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a great
That's
pick.
a great one. That's a great.
Like I said, I did not like the Peter Venk. I mean, I did not hate. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
No.
But that's fair. He was not the nerdiest of the crew. So
no, that's a great pick. That's a solid one.
Yeah, I think it's more solid for my team than Peter would have been in the first place. So
yeah.
Loki Never Been Kissed is an absolute belter of a film.
I think it's cute. No one said it was up for Oscars, Tony.
I said it was good.
I think you said it was bad.
No,
no.
belter.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
My bad. Misheard you. Okay.
I get it. I
You get John C. Reilly in there. You got Molly Shannon, Jessica Alba. Anyway.
Kind of curious, but it's like out of all the Pixar fans, only 4 of them being women. It's like,
Oh, I got a bunch of my honorable mentions, I'm sure.
oh, good. It does feel like just like that nerdy girl cliche just never really gets picked up much in movies unless it's like,
Well, just the glasses
terrible.
being removed. Yeah.
Glasses removed, hair down, just like, oh, they're beautiful now. Wow.
Yep. So, yeah, I am going with Josie Geller. Moving over to Nick for your bonus pick.
Okay. I'm going to go with one that I just think's hilarious, and I loved every part that he was in this movie. Whenever he met a girl, he'd hand him a business card that said, I'm forgetting exactly. It was something nerd and badass MC.
Yes.
And I'm going to go with Kevin Napor from me.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Girls, nice. I
I
love
was
it.
like, I mean, you can't. I mean, because his rap at the end is absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, it's phenomenal because it's just hilarious because it fits his character so well. So, I don't know. He's great in every scene that he's in. So, gotta throw him in there at the last second.
For sure. And are you good with your top 5, or you want him to replace somebody?
Honestly, honestly, I'm fine with my 5.
Sweet.
As much as I like him, I'm fine with where everyone else is. So we'll stick with my original.
Solid. All right.
Love that pick. He was in my like 6-7 range. I'm very happy he got picked up. That's lovely.
Oh yeah. I mean, in the last round, I feel like it's pretty appropriate because he's just Kevin G.
Matthew Huser / Badass MT.
Yeah, that's right.
Kevin G.
Nice. Love it. All right, Amaru.
All right, so I have a lot of honorable mentions here that I wanted to put up, but this is another one that my girlfriend actually mentioned to me today, and I was like, "There's no way I can't mention this man." And I'm going just kind of staying on the same theme. I either got the superheroes, which I will put Malcolm in there with because he's Miles Morales at the same time, or I got the archaeologist, history buffs, history nerds, and this is another one of those the Mummy kind of movies. Just it's a franchise that is so great, and I really want a third one, and I can't wait for it to happen. And the man himself, Nicolas Cage, as Benjamin Gates in National Treasure. It's Nick Cage, and you got a movie where Sean Bean doesn't die. So, yeah, this was kind of like my teenage childhood along with Mummy. It's just like right there. So I'm going Benjamin Gates.
Well,
brilliant, beautiful.
Yeah. I think he's. I mean, heck, you could go with his sidekick as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah,
Riley.
So, yeah, he would have been a great. No, but both of those are great. Yeah, I love the 2 National Treasure movies. I think they're very turn them on if you want to have a good time. They're very very entertaining. I mean, sure, they're not that terribly deep, but they're good. That is a really good pick. I'm glad everyone agrees.
Low key, I kind of like National Treasure more than Indiana Jones.
I wouldn't go that far.
Wow.
I'm with you on the like. It's not better, but on the enjoying.
No,
I think I would go. I think you're right in the rewatchability because I've seen National Treasure, both of them, more than I've seen the 3. Well, no, I've seen Temple of Doom a million. I really enjoyed Temple of Doom a lot.
My controversial opinion is that I like Book of Secrets more than the first one.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
That's also not a bad.
I think the first one's better, but yeah.
Alan
Because you
Christopher is better than
Nicolas Cage doing his drunken British rant, and I love
Oh my
it.
God! Yes, that is a brilliant scene.
Hello.
Alan, I'm sorry. Temple of Doom is the 4th best Indiana Jones film.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. What?
You heard me.
I can't tell. Is that Amar or is that Robert Parker?
That was
You heard
Amaru.
me.
Wait, whoa.
It's the 4th best.
Sir?
4th best.
Whoa.
That movie
Are
is
you
bad.
secretly
The movie is very bad.
I don't want to cry right now, but
What's wrong with you people?
oh, Jay, you just doing it just to do it. Get out of here with that.
I can tell you, Robert Parker, Caleb Coho also hold that opinion.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we'll agree to disagree. It's okay.
I think there's something in the water.
Yeah.
that's it.
No, please no. No. All right. Whew.
All right, let's move on.
I don't know if I can. All right. So I had a bunch of honorable mentions, and we'll throw all those, I guess, at the end here. But and I'm not going to have this person replace my my list. I like my list. I'm solid with my list. I'm good with my list. But another film right along with Goonies that I loved, and I always wanted to have happen to me. More so than being Luke Skywalker or anybody like that. I wanted the guy who is studious, who is very good at video games, but one video game in particular so good that he went on to save the universe. That is Alex. That is Alex Rogan from The Last Starfighter. I unabashedly love that movie, and Alex, just wanting to get out of the trailer park, wanting to go to college, but then going to a higher calling to save the galaxy with the Last Starfighter. I just love it.
Can't say I've seen this one.
Nope.
I've seen it a few times. I guess it doesn't really stick out to me, so I take that as you will. But
that's all right. That's all right.
I mean, I remember the movie, and I remember mostly what it's about. But
yeah, it's one that could really, of all the movies that got remade in the past, 20, 30 years, this one needs to be remade. Only because of the updated special effects and things like that. But the original I still hold near and dear to my heart. I put it up there with The Goonies, with The Karate Kid, with all those movies in that kind of genre-esque. I just love it to death.
Wasn't it already remade in pixels?
Nice. They tried, but no.
Okay, yeah, that one I've seen. All right, so that brings us to the end of the draft. Tony, recap how the teams shaped up.
Absolutely.
Please,
Let me
if you
just
could.
Thank you for your manners.
Do it now.
Okay. All right, so teams.
beat him,
So
man.
run through the top 5 and then we'll let people swap them if they want. So Alan, first overall pick went Smiley from Do the Right Thing, then Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors, Data from The Goonies, Professor Brody's from Cats and Dogs, and Bill from Kill Bill. And his bonus pick was Alex from The Last Starfighter. Amaru went Indiana Jones, Bruce Banner, Miles Morales from Into Spider-Verse, Malcolm from Dope, Evie Carnahan from The Mummy, and his bonus pick was Benjamin Gates from National Treasure. Nick went Peter Parker from aka Spider-Man, Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series, Julius Kelp from The Nerdy Professor, the second grade snorting professor, Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds, Egon Spengler, and Kevin Gilmore from Mean Girls. He went Alan Turing from The Imitation Game, Chris Knight from Real Genius, Lester Banks from Almost Famous, Joe Scala from Never Been Kissed, and Ronald Miller from Can't Be Having Me Love. She already kicked out Peter Venkman from Ghostbusters. Then Caleb went Brian Johnson from Breakfast Club, Randy Meeks from Scream, McLovin from Superbad, Molly from Booksmart, and Max Fish from Rushmore. And his bonus pick for Ryan from High School for Musical 3.
Yeah, good.
This is the point where any of you want to swap out your bonus pick for anyone that you chose, or?
No, I think they all said they were solid on it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good too.
I was the only one who kind of wimped out and changed one. So, but with that being said, there is a ton of nerds that didn't make it onto any team. I'm sure there's still a few honorable mentions on everybody's list. Alan, name off a couple of that you had that just barely messed out.
Oh, I had Scott Howard and Booth, both from Teen Wolf, the original Teen Wolf film.
Okay.
Love those two. Absolutely brilliant. I was going to pick Katie from Mean Girls because she started as a nerd and then had that transformation. So that was going to be one of mine. And I was going to pick Melvin from Toxic Avenger. But I decided, Toxic Avenger, I love me some Toxic Avenger, love me some Trauma. So I was going to pick them. So some of my honorable mentions.
Nice. All right. Let's head over to Nick. Nick, what were a few that just missed?
I didn't have too many left, but I put I was considering George McFly from Back to the Future because I thought he kind of he did everybody's homework, so he must have been fairly smart, and I think he fit that. Or we were talking about young George McFly, obviously.
He also wrote a sci-fi novel.
Yeah, he did. That's true.
I was about to say, you can't get nerdy of being an award-winning sci-fi novelist.
Yeah, that's pretty nerdy.
The other one I had that was probably in like the 8 to 10 range was David Lightman from War Games.
Okay.
Because I figured he fit the bill pretty well, and he saved the world from playing a game with a computer, which was pretty cool. Both Gary and Wyatt from Weird Science.
Yes.
Was also pretty close to making it on there. And my last one, because I wasn't really sure if really would have counted, because it was kind of a fringe one. I was considering Mark Zuckerberg from Social Network.
I thought that was gonna be Caleb's first off the board.
Yeah, I thought somebody was definitely gonna pick that. Yeah.
So no, I kind of I almost shoehorned him in the round 6, but
I love that movie. He's just such a douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of why I didn't want to pick him either, because he's just like.
Yeah, I just figure everyone loves The Social Network around these leagues so much.
I love it. I don't want to spoil because of another show, but I love that movie.
I think you have like 9 or 10
We
weeks.
couldn't pick the character because he's just such a douchebag.
Well,
Well,
with that said, Caleb.
well, actually, before we do
Okay.
Caleb, I just want to ask a question because it was an argument in the chat earlier, because he mentioned George McFly. Nick, how do we stand on Marty McFly? Would he count?
I don't know if he's really considered a nerd.
Marty?
Yeah.
Marty.
Doc
'Cause
Brown more so for George.
Well, yeah, if Doc
Oh,
Brown
Doc
could
Brown,
recommend-
without a doubt.
Yeah, Doc
I mean,
Brown. You're all
yeah.
fools for not choosing, but
Laura, I'm very curious why you would consider that as. No, I mean, not that I'm saying you're wrong. I'm just curious what your defense of it is because I don't see it.
that was Bar, and
And I feel like he's too-
arguing.
I mean, because I felt like he was too. I mean, he I guess more of the socially awkward part of it. I felt like he wasn't that socially awkward. So that's where I would go. But
Yeah, like
Oh, totally cool.
in my head, he's like one of the most coolest characters there is.
I think most people would agree. I think like the general audience would agree with you. Yeah.
Probably. All right, Bowman. Few of your honorable mentions. What you got?
Okay,
on
yeah.
the list?
So I had a couple Kevin Smith characters kind of considered. Brody from Mallrats.
I had him on my
love
list.
that.
Yep, I had
Love
Brody
that.
on my list.
I'm
Both
pissed I didn't think of it.
Randall and Dante from Clerks, but I ended up not going with them. I think you can make a strong argument that Ed Wood was a nerd. I also considered an older pick, Terry the Toad from American Graffiti. And I also considered, to bring up another Kevin Smith pick, Danky from Chasing Amy.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Those
I
are all
dig the
I
Kevin.
also considered Scott Pilgrim, but I kind of dismissed him for the same reason I dismissed Mark Zuckerberg.
He's worse than Mark Zuckerberg. He's the worst. The worst. Oh.
Yeah. I was saying, I'm like, watch someone pick Scott Pilgrim,
Yeah,
Mark Zuckerberg, and then Jonah Hill from Moneyball, and then win the vote like straight out just because of those.
I almost had Knives from Scott Pilgrim, but she's too young. yeah, I felt icky.
No, it's,
All right.
yeah,
All right.
the same boat
In
as-
hindsight, I wish I would have picked Peter Brand from Moneyball. That was a good pick. I
Yeah,
didn't
that's
Nice.
actually a solid.
That's
Yeah. Anyways,
Anyway, Amaru, what was on your board still?
I didn't think of him, but Anthony, his name is Newbie, who did Annexation of Puerto Rico. That is actually a very
yes,
good
Little
one.
Giants.
If Hermione wasn't stolen away from me, my fifth pick would have been Q from James Bond. He was up there early for me.
yeah. Forgot
Yeah,
about
Q was there, but since Hermione was taken from me, I had to go Evie in there.
Oh, her
That's-
quest, yes.
Rich Purnell from The Martian, Donald Glover's character, who was the only reason he was able to save The Martian in The Martian. So Rich Purnell, Harold from Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar, and my one that I had to fight again and again to not put in, but I am so glad I get to mention it last, is I love me a Aka nerd. And the entire crew of Pitch Perfect would go on anybody's list. But for me, the number one who I had to pick because I was looking through them, it's got to be Lily. Lily is Haname's character who speaks so quietly you can't hear her. And she is a G. I've been saying this all night. She is a G. She is a G to the 100th. OG, triple OG. So Lily from Pitch Perfect. You really can pick any of the Aka nerds from Pitch Perfect. That would be great. So those are my honorable mentions.
For sure.
Sweet.
Yeah, I had Rich Purnell too on my list.
Andrew, how do you not like
Nice.
this? I'm going to smack you, Bar.
Just
Are
get
you
out,
kidding
Bar.
me?
Bar, there's the door. Walk out.
Isn't Bar like really into like musical and musical
I
theater?
thought he was.
Oh, he is just.
I thought he was. Real quick, I did Peggy on my list. I did have Laszlo from Real Genius.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but
Because
I just like Chris
love that.
Knight's character better. 'Cause he's
No, Chris
funny.
is a great. All those
Not
characters are great.
living in the
but,
closet.
yeah, right?
Okay.
Laszlo's in the closet the whole time.
All right, so for my honorable mentions, Katherine G. Johnson from Hidden Figures was on
Yeah.
there.
Oh yes, yeah.
Glenn Whitman from Transformers. That's Anthony Anderson's character.
Hey.
We've got Olive Pendergrass from Easy A. She's technically kind of a nerd until she kind of gets known around the high school. Klitz from The Girl Next Door. Preston Myers, Can't Hardly Wait. Ben Campbell in the movie 21.
Oh yes, that's a good one.
Let's see what else we got here. Gilbert Lowe from that. Patrick from Perks of Being a Wallflower. And Laney Boggs, which sees all that, which is one of those eyeglasses ones that whatever. But those were my honorable mentions.
Yes. Ben Campbell, forgot about him.
We'll just quickly go through the chat. The big one for me that I think everyone missed, even though I hate this film with passion, Kick-Ass.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The character Kick-Ass?
Yeah, the character of Kick-Ass.
The character, yeah.
Even though it is objectively the worst film of all time.
Whoa. Remember, Nick Cage is in it. Nick Cage is in it now. Easy. Nick Cage.
There's a reason for a clear on Unbox. All right, just to go through the people picked in the chat. So, Mike McFly, Matt Hooper from Jaws, Basil of Baker Street, Detective, Robert Gray Smith, Zodiac, John Adams, 1776, and Veronica Corningstone from Anchorman.
Okay.
Okay. All but one of those were good to me.
Christina and Anthony both said Wayne Selinsky from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I am shocked we didn't have any more Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
That probably would have made it on there.
Oh,
totally
Ducky
forgot.
from Pretty in
Ducky
Pink.
was a good choice. Ducky too.
I was thinking.
That's fair.
Laney Boggs.
I said that in my honorable mentions.
You said in honorable mentions.
Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. That's when Boatman peaks up.
There's so many that I'm sure that
there's a bunch. I mean, there's a bunch that. Oh yeah, I like Wade Watts.
Ooh. Okay. I'll make a cut. I hate Ready Player One.
I love Ready Player One.
Oh no!
Loved it. Saw it 3 times.
You guys are bound to disagree on something.
I agree to disagree on that.
It's the only movie I walked out of in a long time. I really hated it.
Wow. Okay.
I hated it so much.
Hey.
Looks amazing. Movie, meh.
Okay.
I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it, but nah. I love the book.
Dark, but yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Anything else from the chat that you want to throw up there, Tony? Or
oh, nice.
That's actually
a good one.
Yeah, a lot of these I just forgot. I just straight up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's so many to choose from. Yeah, there's so many to choose from. I'm sure there's a bunch that we'll hear about when the vote goes down on Facebook later. But until then, might as well plug things that everyone has. If you got things coming up, Alan, you got anything you need to plug?
You'll catch me on After Dark on TMG and also the Nerd Fights. We'll talk about nerd fights. You might see someone over here in this panel right here, maybe on there, and doing those over at TMG. And other than that, I'm out here. If anybody can ever visit Hawaii again, come see me when you're here, if you can. Hopefully one day.
Might take you up on that one day, Alan. All right, Nick.
Yes, spare bedroom.
I mean, I'm pretty involved just about everywhere. Obviously, FPTL. I try to help when I can. I feel like I've kind of been slacking off a little bit. Sorry, Tony. Hopefully, I can fix that. But yep, see, he's already coming for me. Anyways, and then just competing in all the other leagues. I edit for Full Metal, so I'm pretty easy to reach out to on Facebook. So I'm there. I'm around somewhere. So that's about it for me.
Sounds good. Boatman, you probably got a bunch of stuff to plug coming up. Fire away.
Oh, yeah. Warzone is still has 4 matches coming out tomorrow and Friday. I'm going to see if I'm going to keep rambling while I try to find the actual schedule because I'm bad at keeping track. Tonight is the premiere of YLS's Top 100 series over the summer, where me, Jake Marangoni, Caleb Coho, and Kirk Kowakowski will be going over our top 100 favorite movies. This is the first part where we go through our 100 through 91
of all time.
Of all time.
Wow.
Of all time. So this is going to be a massive undertaking. It's going to be all throughout the summer. This is the first episode, and you'll get to see Caleb Coho, Kirk Kowakowski, and Nick Marangoni yell at each other. So super fun. I'm very, very, very excited.
The panel is entertaining enough. I don't care what the topic is.
I'm going to predict the number 34 is when the murder happens.
Probably true.
We set the over under there. We'll set the over under at 34.
And this week, matches that we have coming out, we have Jake versus Nick Twig. Matt Queller versus Lucas Schilbach, Brian Michaels versus Mark Meyer, and Michael Campbell versus Tyler Butler. So a lot of good matches coming out this week. And thank you for having me on the show. This was super duper fun.
Yeah.
Happy to have you. And guys, please check out those matches. There's a bunch of really good competitors, and it's going to be some really good matches. I can almost guarantee, even though I've never seen them, but I look forward to them. Maru, what you got?
As Alan said, you will find me up and down TMG doing a bunch of debates. I usually don't talk mess very often, but when it comes to these debates, I'm coming for people's heads. So if anybody has Tuhig on their speed dial, tell them I'm coming for him tomorrow. He's going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight because anybody see me debate, they know. They know. That's all I got to say. Y'all also know me, your reviews. One Gotta Stay is going on a hiatus for a little bit only because I got to go out of town, and I don't know how long we'll be out of town for. So it could be next week. It could be the week after that. But until then, Monday we did 4 legendary TV shows. You pick one to stay between Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, The Wire, and The Sopranos. It was a dope episode, really fun. Aaron J hosted for me because I'm trying to figure out if I can find a way to have somebody host in the back. So I don't know the list beforehand because that'd be great for me. So and he did an amazing job, so go check that out. And then other than that, see me all up and down these leagues as much as possible. Again, Tuhig, I'm coming for your head tomorrow, man. So
All right.
Love it. And then Tony, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff going on feature presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Feature presentation. So, as we said earlier, we're going to put the list down for July probably late tonight. I've got to make it. So sign up for that. Put your names down. There's some really interesting options going on there. FPTL, the sign-up sheet will be up until tomorrow. So please put your name down if you want to play. We're trying to get many new faces in as possible because things may be afoot. Then shows may be returning, may not. Unearthed back on Monday is going to be me. Oh shit, it's me. I've edited so many. I'm on with Bill Carriola, and we are doing the movie Microwave Massacre.
All right.
It is. I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you want to see a man get broken, watch Monday. LA Spence, I think, as well, is doing, I believe, Bring It On, won that poll. So if you are interested, go hit LA Spence up. And please subscribe to all the things. That should be everything. Full Metal tomorrow. Insert name here versus Grafton Knights.
Oh, that's tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow. That's a match.
That's a good match.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's a match.
I still apologize to the host. I'm sorry for any damage that we did to you mentally. Peggy, what do you need?
Nothing. Find me at Peggy B Ball across all social media platforms. You can find me here every Wednesday, co-hosting Fantasy Film Fights. Next week, we are indeed drafting one-word movie titles in honor of the 60th anniversary of Psycho, according to the document that Tony has. But until then, for myself, for Alan, for Nick, Caleb, Amaru, Tony, me, have a good week, guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Be well. Be kind to one another. See you next week.